don't know about you guys, but I am so tired of gray hair. And as you can see, I have plenty of it. I'm getting ready to cover this. I'm going to be doing a root touch-up. But today, we're going to tackle the gray hair on my brows. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a little different today. I've been meaning to do this for a while. I purchased this several weeks back, like around Thanksgiving, I would say. And I keep putting it off, but today I decided, no, let's just do this and see what happens. So the brand that I purchased was the Sylvia Colors. This one had pretty good reviews. It's ammonia-free, paraben-free. It gives you everything that you need. I got dark brown because my hair is pretty dark. You know, even if it comes out a little dark, then maybe all I will need is just like a clear brow gel. So we're going to try it. What's the worst that can happen? That I look like Groucho Marx for a few weeks. This is not, it is permanent, but it doesn't last that long. It doesn't give you much information, but it's supposed to look natural according to Amazon. So what you get in the kit, you get the hair cream tint in dark brown, and they did have, of course, different shades you can pick from. It's enriched with aloe vera and almonds. Then you get the tint developer. Recommends that you do a patch color. I never do that. A 3% tint developer is what this is. It brings you a little cup to mix it with, and it's supposed to be a 1-to-1 ratio. So same equal amounts of both of these. It does bring a little brush. Now I brought a spoolie because I thought that way maybe, I don't know, I can make sure that it gets all over my brows. I brought a couple of little Q-tips to clean up around it once I put it on there. Hopefully it won't be sticking to my skin. What else did I bring? Oh, I did bring some micellar water in case I get carried away and I need to remove it from my lid or something like that. I brought micellar water, and that's it. I have a mirror in front of me to do this. The first thing I'm going to do is mix it up. I'm not going to need as much as I'm going to mix up, but it's kind of hard to do 1-to-1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one line of one of the products and then fill it up with the other product. So I'm going to put the 2.5 mLs of this in this little cup. One tiny bit more. And then I'm going to put this in there. Once I mix it, I'll be able to tell where I'm at. So I'm going to mix it with the back of the brush, like if I was doing, you know, coloring my hair. Yeah, just like with my hair, even if I use a different hair color, I never do a patch test. But my scalp is not sensitive. So I'm going to put a little more of this. I don't think I put enough of the tint. This is supposed to last up to 6 weeks. I will get back to you on that. I'm going to definitely date the day that I do this. And then I will let you guys know. Let's tap it down and see if I am where I'm supposed to be. I think I need a little more. This is so scientific and precise. Aren't you guys glad that I'm not a pharmacist or a doctor? All right, so I think we have the right amount now. Okay, I'm gonna wipe the back of this so that I don't make a mess. It brings a glove also. But like I said, I like to live dangerously, so I am not gonna put a glove on. I do put gloves on when I do my hair, okay? Because that's a lot more. And this is just my brows. It should be fine. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to brush through my brows really quick. Okay, so I think you are nice and close now. I am going to dip the brush that it brought, and I'm going to start coloring my hair. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see the white? I have quite a few gray hairs. So they're mainly like on the bottom part of my brow. But we're going to start coloring. And I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to get it off my skin. Because even when I color my hair, I'm able to take it off the skin. And I've had this professionally done before at Ulta at the benefit counter. And it's worked really well. I mean, it's not super long lasting, but if I can do it at home, you know, this is not going to take that long, right? So I'm going to brush it. I'm going to grab a little more. I'm going to brush it backwards to make sure that it gets right into the hair, not just on the top of the hair. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a big blob there. I'll clean that up. But like underneath. Like I want it everywhere on my hair. And I did trim my brows before I did this. I didn't even watch any videos of anybody doing this. So yeah, this is just me doing it for this first time. Never done it before. I've been curious about it. And I actually bought a kit years ago. And I ended up throwing it away because I never used it. Not because I was afraid to, but because I forgot I had it. Boy, am I getting it all over my skin. But that's okay. We are going to trust the process. If my hair on my brows is anything like the hair on my head, my grays are very, very, very hard to cover. I have to really, really, really pack on the dye, like a lot. And I have to wait longer than what the recommended amount is. Because, you know, if it says like 20 minutes, I have to do like 45 minutes. It's bad. But we are going to see how this works. This says 7 minutes. I'm going to do 10 and see how it works. I am also going to try to clean this up a little bit, okay? I got a lot where it's not supposed to be, and I'm going to try to clean it up. But I just want to make sure that the area that has a lot of gray, it's really covered. Once I wash my face a few times, it's going to fade anyway, so. Okay, before you start doing this, one of the things you do have to do is, of course, I tell you not to have any makeup in that area. And they tell you to wash the area with shampoo to make sure that you remove any skincare or makeup or anything that you may have. So I did that. I used a little bit of shampoo. I want to make sure I didn't remove any from the gray area. But I remember when I did this before, all I needed, like, see, I have some gray right there that I can actually still see the gray hair. I remember when I had this done before at the benefit counter, it lasted a while and it looked really nice. All I actually needed to use was like just a clear brow gel for a few weeks, which works for me if all I have to do is just shape it a little bit. So I'm putting a lot. I'm putting a lot because, like I say, my grays are hard to cover. It doesn't burn, it doesn't sting, it doesn't have a scent, which is nice because, you know, hair dye, some of them are really stinky and they smell very much like chemicals. Now look how much I have leftovers. Hey Siri, give me a 10-minute timer. So I did get some on my finger, but I think it was from the Q-tip. So I'm going to go wash my hands. I'm going to wait the 10 minutes and then we'll come back and wash it off and see what it looks like, okay? See you in a few. Alright, so it's been 10 minutes. So now the instructions are, after 3 or 7 minutes, recommended time, remove the mixture using a cotton pad with warm water. So I brought a little bigger dish of the water that I had before. The one I had was very small and it wasn't warm anyway. We are going to try to remove this. Let's see what happens. Paper towel just to clean. I'm trying to look in the mirror down here and it's like I can't see. Okay, I do have like some on my skin, but I think I'll be able to remove that. And I did bring some alcohol swabs, so that helps remove it. But let's take it off the brow. I have another clean one for the other brow. I can see where it darkened them. I'm going to look closer as soon as I get this off. I'm getting myself my shirt all wet. to see if the gray's covered. I really don't care if my regular brows are darker. That's not what I was going for. And I am removing my makeup, but that's okay. Mainly what I'm looking for is that my grays got covered, and they did. I had grays that were mainly down here and like here at the edge, and they are covered. Now I'm going to take an alcohol swab and see if I can remove some of the excess that I have on my skin. So I definitely don't need that. But I'm sure, and it does come off. So does the makeup, but it's okay. We're not here about the makeup today. I did a much better job lining this one up than the other one. The other one I got a little, this brow got a little sloppy. And I know you're not supposed to use alcohol on your face. I think you did a good job. I'm wetting the paper towel just to remove the alcohol, even though that dries pretty quickly. So I think they did a pretty good job. I don't think my brows look super dark. I don't think they look, you know, like Groucho Marx dark. I don't see any grays, so I think it covered all the grays. I mean, I do have some extra still on the skin, but like I said, I'm sure once I wash my face a few times or a couple of times, that's gonna come off. But I think it looks fine. I think they did a really good job. Now we have to see how long this is gonna last. I mean, it wasn't hard to do, so even if it lasts a couple of weeks, I don't think it's something that is hard to, you know, do every 2 weeks. It just basically, I would say a total of 15 minutes to get it done. And if I'm not talking, it takes even less time. Yeah, so what do you think? I think they look pretty natural. Now look at my crooked brows. That has nothing to do with this, okay? I don't see any grays. All my grays are gone. My brows, I think, look dark brown, but it's my natural hair color. That's the natural color of my brows. So I think it did a great job there. Yeah, I like it. And it didn't make a huge mess. I mean, I can see like right here, there's a little bit like extra, but like I said, like if I go with my nail, it comes off. So I'm sure that once I wash my face, that extra product will be off. But I don't want to keep rubbing because look how red I'm making my skin. I think that's pretty good though, and that was pretty easy. It doesn't smell. It's pretty mess free. It didn't make a mess on my hands. I didn't need the glove, but it does bring a glove, just one. So I'm going to put everything back in the box and save it for the next time. It says a skin sensitivity test. It says to do it 24 to 48 hours prior to the treatment, that it has hydrogen peroxide, but I guess it does have to have something to color your hair. But it lasts up to 6 weeks on the hair, depending on skin type. So I guess if you have like oily skin, maybe it's gonna last less. Listen, if it lasts, even if it lasts 1 to 2 weeks on me, I'll be happy. Because I feel like with something like this, most of the time, all I have to do is just use like a clear brow gel. Just even out this brow a little bit, because this brow is thinner and it's lower than this one. And I'm good to go. I try not to mess with my brows too much because I hate my brows. I think most people hate their brows, but I'm in that brow hating team. But I think that looks pretty good. Alrighty guys, let me know what you think. Have you ever tried this? Is it something you're interested? I will link this below. This was on Amazon and it was pretty inexpensive. Let me look it up and I'll tell you exactly how much it was. But I know it was not that much money at all. I get this October 29th, so I've had it for a while, okay? It's terrible. It was $17.99. I thought it was cheaper, but it was $17.99. I did try to look for one that had quite a few good reviews. This has 4-star reviews for 320 reviews on it. So there were some that were a little less, but I didn't want to take a chance. I'd rather pay a little more. And you get enough product that you are going to be able to use this over and over again. So, but anyways, let me know what you think. Again, I will link this below. It comes with the instructions. I already washed the little cup that I used, and then the little brush, which I think it was pretty good, decent. I'll show you what it looks like. It kind of has like, you can see that it's not totally even. It has like the little, it's like, has like little slits in between so that you can go in between your brows. But I did bring a spoolie with me, but I didn't feel like I needed it. I felt like this was fine using it. It's soft. It's not, I mean, it's not super soft, but it's not like painful when you do it. It doesn't feel like you're scraping your skin. I think this did a great job. So I think this is a great little kit. I will let you guys know how long before my grays start showing. And yeah, see how this works. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I love you, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.